All right, y'all, hear me out, right? 3D printed saddles, that ain't something new, right? We all been on that road. So what makes the Samassi saddle different? I'm not gonna say different, it's more like what makes this saddle more familiar. That's what I'm here to let you know. Check me out. All right, y'all, what's up? What's going on? Welcome back to the channel. I got a special one for you. This was sent out to me from the good folks from Samassi. Full disclosure, I did not pay for this saddle. They sent it to me, right? Now, I will say this, right? One of the things that I liked about working with them, if you ever see me working with a company, it's because there is no parameters. I got full disclosure. I can say whatever I want. I don't like people to try to put me in a box saying like, hey, you got to say this, you got to talk about this. I'm not interested in selling my soul for a saddle. It's not that serious to me, right? Everyone wins, right? But what is this? A 3D printed saddle. Let's get it open, right? This was pretty dope, man. And from the intro, one of the things I said is what makes this different? I don't really think this is something that is different. It's kind of like more similar to something than being different from something. Right off the gate, this is not the first time I opened this, just to let you know. But if you are looking at this saddle, it is a good looking saddle. If you are in the market for a 3D printed saddle, you really can't go wrong with this. I want to say this saddle is $100, and with the code, you'll be able to save a couple bucks. It has a full carbon fiber bottom. It's got the 7x9 rails, full 3D printed. It is a good looking saddle. One of the things you want to know, how much does it weigh? Let's find out. Weight, I'd say it's a decent weight for this saddle. Putting on a scale, got a little shadow, 199 grams. I think that's decent for a 3D printed saddle. Putting it into context, like I have the S-Works Power Mirror saddle. That saddle's like 450 bucks, man, and it's about 210 grams. So this one is probably about 10 grams lighter and damn near $300 cheaper. That should tell you something, right? Now, when I said different, and I said it's not really different, I'm gonna tell you why I said that. Who is this saddle for? If you want to get into the 3D printed saddle market, this is an excellent option that's cost effective. Instead of trying to jump into like the specialized market or the physique market, because they make dope saddles too, but they're crazy freaking expensive, right? To get into the market for 100 bucks, this is a good saddle. Who is this for? I know I said it once before and I'm gonna say it again. If you were riding this saddle, this Celia Italia SLR Boost, this is a dope ass saddle. It comes on a lot of bikes. It comes on the Canyon Arrow Road. It's coming on some Pirellos. A lot of people are riding this saddle. If you are riding this saddle and you are getting along with this saddle and you want to get a 3D printed saddle, then this is the saddle for you, because if you look, they are almost identical in shape. That was the first thing that I noticed, and that was one of the things that really had me interested in this saddle. When Samassi hit me up and said, hey, are you interested in riding a 3D printed saddle? I was kind of like, yeah, and I was kind of like, no, because like I said, I'm riding the S-Works joint and it's been working for me, but I've also been riding this saddle and it's been working for me too. So when I said, what are your options? And they showed me this saddle, I said, wow, that looks just like the SLR Boost, almost to the T. If you look at the curvature of the nose, the middle part, the railing, it's almost exactly the same. I said, I got to try it out. And I'm not even going to front. It's really been working for me. I've been riding this on my Specialized LA Sprint, and it's pretty freaking comfortable, man. It is pretty freaking comfortable. And what did it replace? It replaced this one, because this is what I had on the LA Sprint was the SLR Boost, and it's been working for me too. The biggest difference between these two, of course, the 3D print and the weight. The SLR Boost, this is the carbon rail one as well. I'm gonna show you how much it weighs, because we already know this weighs 199 grams. This one right here is 132 grams. Now, when it comes to lightweight saddles, in my opinion, if you're between, I say around that 130 gram and below, I consider that an extremely lightweight saddle. If you're around like that 150 to like maybe 175, I consider that just a lightweight saddle. And then if you were more like 175 grams plus, I don't really consider that to be a lightweight saddle, in my opinion. But like I said, for $100 to get into this saddle, you really can't beat it. The construction on this thing is super nice, man. I love the carbon weave that's on there. It is very well put together. The finish on it, it's on point, man. It is solid. And those 7x9 rails, I don't think anybody does not like these 7x9 rails. If there's any suggestion that I could give Samassi, it would be, if you're a fan of the physique saddles, the Ariones, or Arione, however you say it, they have a carbon rail, but the carbon rail is wrapped with carbon, and it kind of helps prevent slippage. Now, I've never had an issue with this saddle slipping on the rail, but having the rails actually wrapped with carbon fiber, Physique is the only saddle that I've ever seen do that, from that one specifically. I think if other saddle companies would adapt that, I think that'd be hella dope, and it's just something to give you that extra added security. But like I said, for $100, you really can't beat this. If you use the code, you can save you some bucks, and it helps out the channel. So really appreciate the good folks at Samassi sending this out, and they do have some other shapes as well, but this one specifically really had my interest just because of how popular the SLR Boost Cellular Italia saddle is, right? If you are liking the Cellular Italia saddle in this shape, you will definitely get along well with this, and you will like this. I will say this too, right? The Cellular Italia, this is a little bit thinner, right? And it does have some pretty good flex. This is a little bit more beefy, and it's a little bit more hard. It's not going to give you as much flex. Now, that's just, it's all personal preference of what it comes to. Me, myself, I like something that kind of doesn't have as much flex. That's a little more firm, because that way once I'm on the bike and I'm locked in and I'm planted, then that's good. Now, another thing that kind of had me slightly worried, not about this saddle in particular, but just 3D printed. A lot of folks say, if you're a person that slides around on the saddle, right, you might ride more on the front, you probably slide to the back, or you probably in the middle. Some 3D printed saddles that I had in the past, you don't slide well on. This one you slide pretty good on. And I will say I slide around better on this saddle than the Specialized saddle. The Specialized saddle is kind of more locked in, and the 3D print's a little more grippy, so I don't really get to slide around as much. And I do really like the slide around. So if you want to slide around on the saddle, you'll be good with this saddle. You'll be able to slide around a lot. But I think that's all I can really say about it. I'm trying to think if there's anything else. And then also, if you know this saddle too, this is another Cellular Italia saddle. It has a similar shape to this one, except for this is like an extremely long nose saddle. If you look at this thing, it's crazy freaking long. But the shape is pretty much the same. If you are getting along with these Cellular Italia saddles, then the Samassi joint would be perfect for you. In the specific saddle this is the Samassi R3, $100, coming in at 199 grams. If you are liking the content, please consider subscribing to the channel. That's all I got for you. It's your boy, Mr. Rob Armstrong. I'm out. Rob Armstrong.